Hello everyone, my name is Longley. Today in my webcast, we are going to talk about the foreclosure in Arizona with Christine M. Henderson. Christine is a great agent and a great associate broker in Arizona. She has more than 19 years of experience in real estate and have been helping several hundreds of homeowners in the foreclosure process. So today we are lucky to have her on the webcast, and she gonna answer all the questions. Most of the questions coming from homeowners who are in the process or almost in the process of foreclosure. So let's welcome Christine on to the webcast. All right. All right. Hello, Christine. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Long?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for attending the webcast.
Happy to do it.
Awesome. I'm sure that this is a really a hot topic nowadays because of the economic and things going on. A lot of people are worried about another market crash coming up soon, and there's going to be a lot of foreclosure coming onto the market. So they're going to have a lot of questions about foreclosure. If you do, by the way, when I'm gonna just talk about a couple of questions that I have in mind. If you have any question that we didn't go through, right? Feel free to comment in the section below, and I will get that question answered by Christine for you. All right, Christine, are you ready?
I am.
So the first question that we have is, how does a home become foreclosure home?
Basically, in Arizona, when you miss a payment, it begins the process. Once you've missed 3 payments, so 90 days, a notice of trustee sale is going to be filed with the county recorder. That sale is set for another 90 days. So basically, it's from the first missed payment to when a foreclosure sale would happen is 6 months. During that 6-month period, a homeowner can pay whatever they owe, any late fees and stuff, and get it out of that. If they don't, the home is sold on the steps of the courthouse.
Okay, so it's how does it sold? How does it get sold on the step of the courthouse? Is that tell me a little bit about is there any difference between the process of selling a normal home versus a foreclosure home?
When that home goes to the trustees sale, the trustees individual needs to bring $10,000 cashier's check, and they have to pay for that house in full, with no guarantee, no warranty, no whatever, within 24 hours, I believe it is.
Wow.
But that typically, if there's not a lot of equity in the house, nobody ends up at that sale, and it goes directly back to the servicer or the bank, the investor that actually owned it. From that point, that's when most individuals would purchase the home. It goes through the process then of just being assigned to an agent, and it's put on the market just like a standard sale.
Oh, I see. So there's 2 different processes, is what I'm hearing.
Right.
Okay.
Typically, investors are the ones that are going to buy those foreclosures at the trustees sale, and then they're going to market. And again, if that investor doesn't find that it's a good enough price for them, it'll go back to the original bank that's got that loan.
Do they lose the $20,000 cash check when they put down? If they say, oh, okay, so they can get it back.
Well, now if they make that bid on the house and they get the bid, that they have to pay that right then. You bring that check with you. It doesn't go to anybody if you don't win the bid.
Oh, I see. So let's say if I win the bid.
Yeah.
Let's say if I'm an investor, go to the trustee sale, I have $20,000 check in my hand.
Yeah.
I don't go away. I have $20,000 check in my hand, and they said, "Here you go. I win the bid. Take my check."
Right.
And then later on, I don't like the house. Will I lose?
It's not a warranted. You don't get the warranty deed. It's a treasurer's deed that you get, and there's no warranties on that house at all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so I if I put out a $20,000, I win the bid, then I have to pay the full amount within 24 hours.
Right. Or then you would lose that money that you put in for your deposit.
Wow, that's a very risky process because obviously you don't have a chance to see the house or anything like that, right?
You don't. Pretty much.
Wow.
A lot of investors or people that do that will, go through the neighborhood, look at the house. Typically, that house is going to be empty, and so sometimes they'll find ways to get inside. They're not supposed to, but they'll have a pretty good idea of what they're up against.
Oh, gotcha. So it's already notified to the public way before the justice sale, correct?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. How do we find those notifications?
It's all in the county recorder. Like I said, after the 90 days, a notice of trustees sale is filed, and that is going to be right at the record. You look at the county recorder; they're all there.
Gotcha. So let's go there. They see, okay, which house gonna be in the justice of
Trustees sale.
Justice sale, right? And then they see the date and the location and the time. Do they see how much they have to bring with them as well, or is only $20,000?
I believe it's $10,000. I don't believe it's the deposit's 10, but yeah, it's always 10.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so they see that, okay, and then they drive by the neighborhood. That is the right way, right? I mean, check out the neighborhood, looking at the outside. Don't go inside; is illegal, right? Yeah, and then if they like it, if they like the neighborhood, then they're gonna make the bid, right? But here's the risk: we cannot see anything inside.
Right, and you have no idea if the plumbing is there, the wiring is there, those holes. Have no idea because those houses can be damaged.
Gotcha. And we have to make every single penny in cash. Cannot take any loan.
No loans. No loans on.
Gotcha.
But that's a trustee sale. So typically when an individual buys that house, that's after the trustee sale. When it's either going to an investor and they're going to go and fix it up and put it back on the market, or it's basically what usually happens, it goes to the original bank that was servicing it or owns it. And then they hire an agent, such as myself, who goes through the process and puts it on the market.
Gotcha. And I also hear like foreclosure, IO, short sale. Is that kind of the same thing?
No. Okay. Yes, and the foreclosure and REO are basically talking about the same thing. The term means real estate owned, and that's what happens when a bank gets a piece of property back. It's called real estate owned. It's basically property that was foreclosed on, and now it's REO.
Gotcha.
Sale is a whole different process. Excuse me.
No.
Short sale is when an individual owes more on the house than what it's worth, what the market value is. And you're going to go to your lender and say, are you willing to take less for this house than what I owe? That's a real long process.
Gotcha. Yeah. So short sale is not even a foreclosure yet. It's a negotiation. It's a conversation between the homeowner and the lender. Correct. To see if the lender is willing to take less than the mortgage amount.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And then if the lender doesn't agree, then it's go through the trustee sale. I mean, assuming that they already like make the late pay, like 90 days late payment, something like that. It's going to be go to trustee sale, and the last is REO or foreclosure sale.
Yeah. Can you hang on 1 second? My light went off. I'm going to go and turn it up. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So basically what we have there is, even though, I mean, REO, short sale, foreclosure, we're talking about in the process that the homeowner cannot make payment, right? And depend on whether the homeowner already make late payment or not, then there's going to be different way to sell the property. And then we're going to actually talk about that with Christine real quick. The next question is, can I actually sell my house prior to foreclosure?
Oh, absolutely, you can. Up until the day that it's sold on the courthouse steps, the actual foreclosure, a homeowner has the option to either pay what they owe and any late fees and things like that, or sell it, and then they would have enough money to pay that all off, or do the short sale.
Gotcha. So is there any impact? Can you tell a little bit about the impact on the homeowner if they take on the foreclosure?
It does obviously affect your credit, and it's going to affect your ability to buy again for a few years. It's, you can certainly rebuild your credit and certainly buy again after a foreclosure, after a short sale, but it just takes a little while. And when someone does go through that, I really believe it's important that they work with somebody that knows what they have to do to get their credit back, and so they can buy again.
Okay. Yeah. So those are all the questions I have for Christine. And thank you so much, Christine, for attending the webcast today. Can you give the audience here, who I know that a lot of people waiting for the foreclosure coming because of the market's concern?
Now, I got to tell you, I really don't think it's like it was back in 2000.
Totally agree. Yeah.
The big now is that people do have equity in their homes. When what happened was what went down so fast. So yes, there will be some foreclosures again because people have lost jobs and there's issues with the economy, but it is not going to be like it was before.
Yeah. That's actually the advice I'm going to ask. I just don't know how to frame the question yet. And you just answered it. Yeah, a lot of people thinking it's gonna be a foreclosure coming up, coming up soon because of But to your point, right? There's a lot of things different compared to 2008 and 2009 when we have the big crash. And especially the equity in your home, in the home is so high right now that why do I have to get foreclosed? I just simple sell the house and get the appreciation, the equity, So it's simple. Okay, so what we learned today is that we cannot foreclosure not gonna come up like a huge number similar to 2008, 2009. There may be some because of job loss and things like that. But what if for some people that want to buy foreclosure homes, with your experience, can you give them any advice on like what to make their life better if they buy a foreclosure home?
Well, buying a foreclosure home is very similar to buying any other home. The only difference is a lot of people think that they're going to get a really, really great deal, and lenders are going to know what the fair market value of that home is, and that's listed for. They may take a little bit less, but not a lot. The other thing when you're purchasing a foreclosure is usually the lender is not going to do any repairs. So some types of financing, depending upon the condition of the property, may not work. For example, an FHA loan, which wants to have pretty strict health and safety issues taken care of, may not work for some of these homes.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so be careful if you have cash, by all means do that.
Buy anything you want.
Buy everything you want. But if you don't have cash and you have to take on a loan, you have to check with your lender to make sure that they're gonna lend you the money for that house. Okay.
And it's very important, if in fact you're going to go that route, that you do work with someone, both a lender and an agent, familiar with.
Of course. Definitely, because it's just like a doctor, right? We go to the general doctor for regular thing like general checkup, but if you have something with the heart, with the brain, you have to go to a specialist. That's what I'm thinking. Realtor is the same, right? We have a general public to serve general clients, but if you go to REO foreclosure, you might have to contact a specialist on that field, just as you, right? Because you have great experience and things like that to make sure everything goes smoothly for the client.
Right.
If they want to contact you, what is the best phone number, Christine, for foreclosure homes?
My best phone number is 602-505-6655.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Christine. I think that is all for today. Again,
Okay.
thank you so much for attending the webcast, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to find useful information here. And thank you so much for everyone for watching the webcast as well. If you do have any question after the live show, feel free to comment in the section below or contact Christine directly for any questions. Okay, thank you. Have a good day, guys.